Have you ever looked at what you might actually have to live on in retirement and felt your stomach drop? Maybe you've got a pension statement sitting in a drawer somewhere. Maybe you know roughly what is in it, but you keep telling yourself you'll look at it properly another day because, frankly, you have enough to deal with already. If you're caring for somebody at home, your days are probably not built around pension planning and peaceful financial reviews. They're built around appointments, medication, shopping, washing, interrupted sleep, somebody calling you from the next room, and all the other things that come with being responsible for another person. And somewhere underneath all of that, there can be this nagging little question that gets louder as the years go by. What on earth am I actually going to live on when I retire? I understand that question because I'm a full-time carer for my mum, and I've had to think about my own future while living a life where somebody else's needs, quite rightly, take up a huge amount of my time. I've also done what a lot of people do when they start looking for another option. I've overwhelmed myself with information. I've bought things I probably didn't need. I've chased shiny objects, thinking perhaps this one would finally give me the answer. I've felt behind with technology, and I've looked at other people online who seem to have everything beautifully worked out, and wondered why I could not just get my act together. But one of the things I have realized is that worrying about retirement without actually looking at what is going on does not make the problem smaller. It just makes the fear bigger. When everything is vague, your imagination fills in the gaps. You start thinking, what if I can't afford the bills? What if prices keep rising? What if something in the house needs replacing? What if I want to help my children or visit family and I simply cannot afford to? What if, after spending years caring for somebody else, I reach the point when caring stops, and I suddenly realize I haven't prepared for myself at all? Those are frightening thoughts, but shame does absolutely nothing to solve them. If your retirement savings are smaller than you hoped, that does not automatically mean you have been careless. Life happens, caring happens, career breaks happen, reduced working hours happen, relationships change, people lose jobs, people put their family first. And sometimes we simply didn't understand at age 30 what we desperately wish we had understood at 55, 60 or beyond. We can't go backwards and give our younger selves a stern talking to. What we can do, though, is look at where we are now and separate two things. The years that have already passed are fixed. The money we did not put into a pension 20 years ago is fixed. Beating ourselves up about it won't create a single extra pound. But what we do from today is not fixed. The skills we can learn aren't fixed. The decisions we make about our time are not fixed. The possibility of creating some form of additional income over time is not fixed to the one. And that is the bit I want you to concentrate on. I'm not talking about some ridiculous promise that you're going to start an online business on Monday and retire a millionaire by Friday. I'm talking about gradually learning to create another option around the life you're already living. Because for a home carer, the words "just get another job" are often completely unrealistic. If somebody needs you at unpredictable times, an employer is not necessarily going to say, "No problem, disappear for 3 hours whenever you need to." We need something that can potentially be built in smaller pockets of time, where 20 minutes still counts, and where an interrupted day doesn't mean the whole thing falls apart. And before you even think about what that might look like, please do one very small thing, just one thing. Find out what you actually know about your current retirement position. Gather what you already have. Put the pension statements together. Write down the questions you have been avoiding. You do not need to solve everything today. The aim is to simply turn one vague fear into something a little more concrete. Because I am terrified about retirement is a huge problem. I need to understand, and what options I may have from here is something you can begin working on. And once you've done that, the next question becomes, what can I start building alongside my caring responsibilities that could give future me more choice? That is the journey I'm on as well. I'm learning, building, and making mistakes all around caring, just like many of you will be. And that is exactly why I created this channel, the Retirement Rescue Club. I wanted somewhere for people like us who are over 50, who have real responsibilities, who may be worried about retirement, and who are thoroughly fed up with being told that building something online is either incredibly easy or impossibly technical. It is neither. It takes learning, patience, and work, but you can make the process simpler and more realistic. And if this is the sort of conversation you've been looking for, subscribe to Retirement Risk Club and turn on notifications, because I'm going to be sharing what I'm learning, what's working for me, and how you can take this one manageable step at a time. For today, though, I only want you to do that first step. Stop letting the fear stay completely in the dark. Look at what you know, write down what you do not know, and remind yourself that being late to something is not the same as having no options left. We may not be able to rewrite the last 20 years, but we can absolutely start making different decisions about the years ahead. And if you'd like to find out more about what I'm doing to build towards a more secure retirement future for myself, you can also check out my free Freedom Formula Blueprint. The link is in the comments. And if you have ever looked at your retirement situation and quietly thought, what on earth am I actually going to live on? Leave me a comment. You will probably be surprised how many of us are asking exactly the same question.